Hi guys, Freaky Fish Guy here. Today we've got another fish profile for you guys. So yeah, basically this guy here, this is a 3 of, this is a 2 of with the pike. He's a bit of a brick sometimes, but he's a nice boss monster. The chub, don't play the chub, he's terrible. He's just pack filler. Eel, he's a garnet, so play him at 1. You don't really... Hi guys, Freaky Fish Guy here with another video for you today. Today we've got Sharks, a water rank 4 toolbox deck that is one of the more less supported types of Yugioh. So fish, as you know, is one of my favourite types and it doesn't have the amount of support I would like it to have. But Sharks is one of those decks that can actually work with the card pool it has. So Sharks is a really cool deck where they can actually spam out lots of cool XYZs. So we can make Triple Toe turn 1, which is actually quite a scary board for those people who've played against Paleo, things like that. And as well, we also can abuse things like Zeus, Utopia, Double, and other really cool rank 4s that will basically win us the game when we're going second. At the end of this video, guys, please stick around. I will be doing a brief combo just to show you how to basically make Triple Toad in this deck. There's lots of different ways, but I'll show you the basic one just to make sure you know how the cards work together. But first, guys, on to the main deck. The first monster is our normal monster, 7-colored fish. It could also be the great white normal monster. Doesn't matter as long as it's a level 4 fish normal monster because it works with unexpected die. This one I prefer because it's got 100 more attack, and also I just like 7-colored fish more than great white. You can run either one, it's not a problem. To go alongside it, we are playing 3 Bountiful Princess. For those who don't know, this is like a rescue rabbit. On summon, you can banish it to summon a level 4 lower fish monster from your deck. It dodges things like impermanent effect value because it's an on-summon effect. It will just banish itself as cost, so you can only hit by Ash. If it does get hit by Ash, that's not a massive problem. We just have other ways of making our combo turn 1. So the main targets we want to summon off Bountiful Princess are 3 Buzzsaw Shark. This one is you can target a water monster you control, summon a fish from deck for the same level. You target itself, summon a level 4 fish from deck. That monster can't activate its effects, but it's basically a level 4 in 1 card. The other option is Lantern Shark. On summon, this card can summon a fish from your hand. So you can go Lantern Shark, summon Buzzsaw Shark, and then Buzzsaw Shark effect target Buzzsaw Shark and get another shark. Then you got 3 level 4s on board. If you had like another extender, you also have now 4 level 4s on board. This deck is really fun. Buzzsaw Shark and Lantern Shark can also be used for rank 3s or rank 5s, but when you use your effects, you are locked into XYZs for the rest of the turn. There's no problem, we're an XYZ deck. Now, one of the best cards in the deck, XYZ Remora. This is something that I actually struggled to find, and then I realised I had them in my bulk. You can detach 2 materials from a XYZ you control, special summon it, and then summon 2 level 4 fish from your graveyard. This is how we spam out multiple toads in a turn. There's a combo we can do with certain XYZs later on, which means that we can make Bahamut Shark, go into another XYZ, detach 2, summon 2 fish back, then make another Bahamut Shark. That's already double toad. If you see Buzzsaw Shark plus XYZ Remora in your opening hand, or like land Princess instead of Buzzsaw, you're getting double toad out of your turn 1, which is great. For our extenders, we're playing 3 Tenuous Spirit Shathana and 3 Silent Angler. Both these things do the same thing. It's a 3 level 4 water material on the board. Tenu works with the 7-colored fish, so you can get unexpected die into 7-colored fish and then summon out Shathana afterwards. That's not a problem. Silent Angler, you also want to summon last because obviously it locks you out of summoning for the rest of your hand. If you open 2, it's a bit of a pain. You just have to normal summon 1 or summon 1 off the Lantern Shark and summon the other one off of itself. Onto our hand traps, we're playing 3 Ash and 3 Bell. I've actually gone off Nibiru this format just because with the things like Dragoonity, I know Dragoonity aren't seeing a lot of play, but they do now mean that Dragon Link have a way to make Crystal Wing before their 5th summon. I'm personally going to be playing that build. I'm still getting the cards now, so we expect a profile for that very soon. Also, if you do just Nibiru them on the seal, then they can just use a sealed tribute effect to summon another starter from deck. Other things, obviously, like Eldritch and Dogma, they don't really play into Nib that much anymore. And Prank Kids, yes, it's an auto-win sometimes, but half the time Prank Kids, you just need to disrupt the normal summon, you win anyway. So there's good things and bad things for this, but I'm playing 3 Bell, 3 Ash, just because Bell hits so much cards in the meta, and Ash is obviously the best one. Most generic hand trap of them all. Running, guys, onto spells. 3 Unexpected Die. Like we said before, this works with Shathana, so if you open Shathana, you do this first, then summon Shathana. 3 Pot of Desires. It's probably the best like draw card that we can play. We can play Extravagance, although I hate to banish like multiple Bahamuts or multiple Toads. Some people are playing Extravagance, that is fine. I'm sticking with 3 Desires just to get the extra card. These obviously do kind of clash, so you do need to go Unexpected Die first, but if they Ash that, which they shouldn't because if they're a good player, then you just get the 3 Pot of Desires anyway. 1 off spells, obviously playing 1 Instant Fusion, it's another level 4 water, 1 Call by the Grave, and 1 Double or Nothing for the OTK going second, or if you do manage to stunt their players first turn, you can then obviously go into Utopia Double for your third turn to go for an OTK. We are playing some traps. We're playing free imperm, free strike. Imperm, I really struggled on. It was either this or, like I said before, it was like Nibiru. Other things I have played are things like Super Poly. Honestly, this spot here could be anything you want to play. It could be free Ice Dragon Prison as well. My Ice Dragon Prison are in my Paleo deck. I did want to put them in here, but basically I chose Imperm at the end because I actually want to have another hand trap, because I still like to have, for a mid-range deck, 9 hand traps at least. Free Solemn Strike, that's there just as an extra negate, because imagine double Toad backed up by a strike. There's a lot of things that will get through this, and we don't want to waste our Toads. Toad is obviously a 2/2 body. If we can keep the Toad and just use a strike, that's fine. If they have an interruption for the Toad, so say if I Toad negate an A-Chain Gamma, I can still use a Solemn Strike to make that negate go through. Some strikes also there to stop things like Dragoon. Obviously it doesn't destroy it, but it will negate its negate. So if you go like Utopia double play, you can still use the Solemn Strike on a Dragoon negate, which will then obviously mean that your Utopia double play will go through and then you're out the Dragoon. Right then guys, it's that part of the video where I give a shout out to a channel that I personally watch. I have not been asked to do this, nor have I been paid to do this. This is something that I feel needs to be done because these people are not getting the recognition they deserve. This week's shout out goes out to McDiddy Dags. He is a Twitch streamer and a YouTube channel, although surprisingly his YouTube channel is smaller than mine. I don't know what's happening because he seems to be very on it with his content. The important thing, guys, is that he took Sharks to a UK extravaganza. This went ahead yesterday, and he went 4-3 with Sharks in the extravaganza. I don't know if he's going to be uploading a profile, but I will link his channel description and his Twitch channel in the description of this video. Please go give him a shout out, or just go watch his videos because he actually seems really cool. And I also do personally watch his streams. I got introduced to it via a friend and I have not regretted any moment of it. Just some love to our fellow Shark players out in the community. But wait, there's more. There's actually a Facebook group for Yu-Gi-Oh! Fish duelists where, just like other archetypes, we have a fish Facebook page where you can share your different ideas for shark builds, for seal account builds, for frog combo builds. That is not a problem. Link will be in the description as well if you want somewhere to share your fish ideas. Obviously then guys, onto extra deck, there's only one real choice for our go-to 3 of XYZ, Bahamut Shark, 1 of each rarity to really tilt your opponent as you play. Detach 1 summon of rank 3 or lower XYZ from your deck. There's only one good option, 3 Toad. We are playing Triple Toad just because it does come up, Triple Bahamut, Triple Toad, because you do want to be able to make Triple Toad. You can make 3 Toad in one turn, as we'll go through later. But 3 Bahamut is also important just because you will be sending one to grave for your combo at one point. There's nothing like making Bahamut Shark late game to make another Toad. The interesting thing with Bahamut Shark is obviously you can only use the effect if you don't attack, but you can use it in main phase 2. So if you attack with Bahamut Shark first, you can then summon a Toad, and you can also make a Zeus, which a lot of people forget because it will be a 2-material Zeus. Yeah, if you're going second, make Bahamut, attack, detach, make Toad, and then rank up into Zeus. A lot of fun features you can do there. A really important card for one of the combos is actually Dual Driver Vespinato. This ranks up on top of the Bahamut Shark, which will then have 2 materials that we can detach for XYZ Remora, and then summon back 2 level 4s. This is an easy way of making double Bahamut out of a really simple play. Other really good rank 4s, we're playing 1 Dweller, because obviously A, it's water, so it fits in theme, and B, it actually also gives all our water monsters plus 500 attack, because we've been making it with water materials. And, you know, there's the effect that it shuts down the graveyard. No one cares about that effect, though. It's just there for the water boost. That was sarcasm, by the way. Utopia double for the Utopia play. Basically, this is an easy OTK using double and nothing. 10k is still nothing to laugh at. Yeah, we're playing 1 on a rock just literally for the removal. It's actually a really nice card. I did see this played in Marine Cess when I played it back in 2019, 2020. It still works really well now. It's just a good card for removal. And we wouldn't be a shark deck if we're not playing at least 1 shark XYZ. We're playing the Hope Web and Spider Shark. Basically, whenever a monster declares an attack, you can detach 1, all monsters lose 1,000. This also does work with Dragoon, and like we said earlier, with the Dragoon negate of strike, we can still play around it that way. If it's destroyed by battle card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target another monster in your graveyard, special summon it. It's basically free reborn if they do out here. It's a 2/6 body on rank 4, and it can lower all your opponent's monsters' attack by 1,000. The cool thing you can do with this is you can actually pair it with the Utopia double, because you can obviously make multiple rank 4s in one turn. You can make this and make Utopia double play, attack with the Hope Woven, detach, make sure everything loses 1,000 attack, then attack for Utopia double for game. Last XYZs, we're obviously going to be playing 2 Zeus. These cards are insanely good, and like I said earlier, you can make them on top of Bahamut after using the Bahamut effect to make a Toad, to obviously then not waste the Bahamut 2 material that you've already got left. This card is stupidly expensive, but it is still a very good card, and it does break boards really easily. And then finally, our last card for the extra deck is 1 Mud Dragon. This is here for the instant fusion. Like I said, at one point I was also running Super Poly in the main deck, which just does work for. If you want to play Super Poly, I'd suggest taking out a Zeus for something like a Predaplant Drex Tapalia or a Starving Venom, depending on your meta. Right, guys, now just for the quick combo on how to make triple toads with your opening hand. We've got a really basic opening hand. A few of these cards can be different, so this can be a Bountiful Princess. This can be a 10-year Spirit Shathana, so one of those extenders, and this can be anything you want. This could be another fish, this could be a hand trap, anything you need. You don't actually need all these cards, and plus Desires, I did manage to do this ending on 3 cards, which is the picture I posted the other day. So this is the basic combo. So you're obviously going to start off with this hand of the Unexpected Die to get your 7-colored fish. That's 1 level 4 fish on board. From here, you're going to normal summon your Bushel Shark or your Bountiful Princess. Oh, just a small note. If this was a Shathana, this is where you would summon the Shathana, because obviously there's no egg effect monsters on board. But today it's a Silent Angler, as you can see. But that's how you get the other level 4. So here we normal summon the Bushel Shark, use the effect, target itself, summon another shark, or fish, sorry, from deck. We get a Silent Angler for now. It could be a Lantern Shark. It could be anything you want, really. From here, we overlay any of these, as long as it's not just Shathana, into a Bahamut Shark. We detach 1 fish to summon our first Totally Awesome. So now we've got 1 negate on board, and obviously we're protected versus things like Nibiru from now onwards. From here, we're actually going to put the Bahamut Shark in the extra monster zone to overlay a Vespinato on top. Now we can detach 2 materials from the Vespinato to activate the Extra Zero Mora effect to summon itself. So it summons, and then it summons 2 fish from your graveyard. The Bushel Shark and the 7-colored fish from earlier. Here we now have 4 level 4s on board. So we can overlay these into another Bahamut. Detach them to make our Toad. Detach them to make another Bahamut. Detach them to make our third Toad. As you can see, this is a really quick combo to make triple Toad. We still have 2 cards in hand. If they did ash the Unexpected Die, we actually have the Angler to play into at the end. We have a Solemn Strike. This is like I said, it could be any negate. If you open 2 hand traps or 2 negates, that's not a problem. But here we have got 3 toads on board, and don't forget when the toads go to grave for the negates, they add back a water from your graveyard to your hand. So you add back the Buzzsaw Shark for your next play, next turn to go into Utopia Double and things like that. Anyway, guys, that was a really quick combo. If you enjoyed this video, please obviously subscribe. I am a small YouTuber, but I'm hoping to grow with my fish and water-based strategies. If you're here for other decks, I also have many other deck profiles on my channel you might be interested in. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.